comes to what's going on in the outside world. But because of social media and the internet, we see pictures of stuff going on all the time. We see images and videos on the news, Twitter and YouTube, and we constantly see what's so-called documentary pictures. People use these pictures to go on with the story and kind of support their facts. But when it comes to photojournalism, you're using photographs to tell the story. You tell people what's going on, what happened, and sending them a message without saying a single word. Show, not tell, so to speak. Using light, composition, technique, and angles to bring out the emotion of the situation and make it a powerful story, whereas a documentary picture is just a snap to save the moment. In some instances, it's almost alarming how it can play on your emotions like that, even if it's two completely different pictures of the same object. So this is a picture that I took on Alcatraz Island when I took a trip to Alcatraz Island with my parents and my sister. In this photograph, the light is kind of bright, and you can see it glaring off the floor. And it's kind of messy, it's a little bit dark, and there's a pole right in the middle of the picture. And there's a guy standing in the corner. And you can see on the side behind the sign, there is red, like, kind of museum rope that you see in museums and stuff. And that's kind of the feel it gives. It looks like it's on display, like it's kind of special. Whereas this one, taken of the exact same sign in the exact same room at the same time, is one that my dad took. And the light coming into the room kind of lights it up in all different places, and even though it looks gloomy on the top, it gives it more character. And the light there, the color from the exhibit on the floor is gone, and the man in the corner is also gone. And because all the ropes, like from the museum type feel, are also not there anymore, you can there's like no more exhibit kind of feel. And because you can see, because the contrast is high, you can see every detail in the paint peeling off the walls and the cracked and broken windows. And it almost looks like somebody abandoned it there. It has a completely different feel from the previous picture. So, one of the things that my dad, who is an excellent photographer by the way, made sure that I knew as of late was you need to get really close to a picture in order to really get close to it. So you need to experience that moment in order to take an excellent photograph. So because a photographer is the eyes for those who cannot see, you can't really see unless you're up close. So it's when you're up close that you start to see the stories behind those photographs. So again, this is another one that my dad took in the Mission District in San Francisco. So what's really like the story behind this photograph? It's like, what do you really see in this picture? What do you think pops out? It's like, well, first of all, the homeless man's face is covered. He has no identity. He has no face. He's unseen. But the dog in the corner obviously sees him, and he's almost warning him off. Whereas his owner, obviously wealthy and kind of living a nice lifestyle, has his eyes on the street, and he almost looks embarrassed. In this picture, the homeless man is almost a ghost. He's kind of seen, but not really. So these stories appeal to people's emotions in a number of ways. So this couple is standing in front of the wreckage of their house after it was just burned to the ground. And this is obviously sadness after they realize that they have nothing left after everything was burned. Kind of more of a modern one. And then this one is actually kind of interesting when you really see in this picture. It's like it's a Pulitzer Prize-winning photograph, but it looks like it's a couple on a beach, and it looks like almost like they're arguing, kind of. So it looks angry, maybe, kind of a little bit stressed out. But what if I told you that the backstory to this photo was this photo was taken at the exact moment that this couple realized that they had lost their child to sea, that a riptide had swept their kid out into the ocean and they could not recover her. Kind of changes the mood a little bit, doesn't it? And then we have shock. A woman kneels in front of her friend who was just shot by the National Guard in a peaceful protest on a college campus where he was supposed to feel safe. They were protesting against the Vietnam War, and the National Guard opened fire on the crowd. Another shock picture. The exact moment that Lee Harvey Oswald was shot in police custody, and the shocked expressions of the guards and people around him, as well as his own pained expression. Anger. A man thrusts an American flag at the black man being held down at the bus protests in the Northeast during protests against integration. Anger and defiance. A white man tries to take the American flag from a black woman, and she shows defiance to his anger and continues to hold on to the flag. The guy in the background with the camera is shocked at what's the scene that's going down in front of him. Joy. The reunion of an American POW with his children and wife after 10 years of imprisonment in northern Vietnam. More joy. A young boy walks down the streets of Paris carrying his family's wine, getting ready for dinner. Irony. Black men and women stand in a soup kitchen line during the Great Depression in front of an ad extolling a wealthy American lifestyle. Irony. Black ER doctors and nurses frantically rush to save the life of a white man wearing Ku Klux Klan garb, a man bent on their destruction. Photojournalists bring vision to those not in a place to see. This is what a photojournalist does. This is my passion.